Hello and welcome back to pgstats. We're going to be taking a look at Let's Make Moves Miami as an incredibly stacked major that's happening this weekend. It feels like the 8th major that we've had in a row, but the gift of Smash keeps on giving. And we're going to be looking at the bracket today, some upsets that could happen, people are going to perform their seed, and all that good stuff you expect from one of these videos. But before we do that, I want to take a quick look at, these are all the top 32 seeds, and this was made by darknut stats. The one that I'm using today. I think I use Easy Freezy, but Darknut made this one, so his link will be in the description down below, all of his Twitter, that kind of stuff. Go follow him, because these are always just like a very helpful visual. But you can see a ton of amazing players. Like, the lowest person that we have on here is Peanut, and also shout out to Peanut for getting top 32 seed with Little Mac again. Like, he's done it multiple times. Absolutely ridiculous. But looking at the bracket, we have acolas to win the whole thing. Sorry for the ad. Onan in second, Cola in third, Riddles in fourth, Tweak and Zomba in fifth. Seventh is Mudace and Cosmos. Ninth is, I think, I saw one that I hard disagreed with in ninth, so I'm surprised I forgot it already. Dark Wizzy ninth, Jackal ninth, ApolloKage ninth, and Anathema ninth. 13th is Syrup, Jake, Ned, and Aaron. And then we're moving on to here. This is like where it gets less, or not, I was going to say less stacked, but then I looked at all the players. It's incredibly stacked, but I don't want to go over every single player here because there's way too many. But some names that I'm immediately excited about. Black Twins. You know we love Black Twins over here. Jen. Super hyped to see Jen. He's an amazing player. Yanni, I feels like Yanni has been going to like every single tournament. I don't know how he does it, but it feels like he's at like basically everything. So I hope he does well this weekend because he's been on a little bit of a downswing right now. But hey, it's like a pendulum. Steve players, they all, it feels like every single Steve player except like Acola Onan are on pendulums where they just go down and then they go super up and then down and super up. So hopefully this is Yanni's up. And then who else is here? Peanut. Actually, let's just look at Peanut's run or bracket immediately. Oh. Tragedy. That sucks. He has to fight Acola. And listen, Peanut's good. If Acola loses to Peanut, I don't know what will happen. I think the Smash community just ends. I think we all just start playing Melee. The world is over. It's not impossible. That would be crazy. And then he has to fight Junipi and Jazzo. Jazzo Peanut, I feel like, is actually doable just because I feel like Ken and Little Mac is something you can do because they're both like ground brawlers, and Little Mac is going to be wanting to fight you on the ground for the most part. So, not for the most part, Little Mac's always fighting you on the ground, but I feel like Ken is usually on the ground as well, and he can get in pretty well against the projectile, so maybe Peanut does have a chance to make that upset. And then Syrup should beat Peanut, but again, this guy is unreal. He's been getting so good lately as well. It's like so evident how good he's getting. So super hyped to see Peanut play. Hopefully he does well, performs his seed at least. But moving on to someone I really want to talk about, and that is going to be Sean. Sean, I feel like we haven't seen Sean since CEO. That's not really a time frame, but it's been a minute. And I don't know. Oh yeah, it looks like CEO is the last time we saw him, at least at a major. It looks like, which is like I think that was in. I was going to say February, which is wrong. I think it was in like June, right? Let's see. Let's do 100. Keep it classy. Yeah, last time we saw him in a major was CE. He was at Central Stadium where he did get second, only losing to Luis. Beat Kurama as well, which is like, we know how insane of the win that is now. But last time we saw him in a major was in June at CEO. So it's going to be hyped to see him. He has to play Mudace really early, which is, granted, super unfortunate. Actually, have they ever played before? Mute. They have, and he did beat Mudace. Okay, but also, this was 4 years ago, so I don't even know if it's worth counting, but we'll say that he has a 100% win rate against Mudace, so he has a 100% chance to win the set. But let's say he doesn't, tragedy occurs, he gets upset. I guess not an upset, but you know what I mean. He fights Chunky Kong, which he should win, because it's DK, and then he fights Yanni. Yanni. I don't think I've ever seen Sean against a Steve. Let's see if there's any on record even. I'm looking only at majors because I think that is when it matters the most. Has he ever fought a Steve at major? I was like the top one. He is 10-5 against Steve, so he usually does win, it looks like. So he has a decent chance to make that upset, and that would be Yanni or Kiwi. Kiwi he probably does lose to because Pac Falcon is abysmal, but it's not impossible. Like, Fatality did actually pretty good against T at Laodicea, or Laodicea, however you say it. I think I said it the exact same way when I corrected myself, but whatever. That major, that major's really good, but off track. So it's going to be interesting to see if he can do that, but that's assuming that Yanni does get upset, which is like, why would we predict that? And then he would go into Anathema, who he also, Rob Falcon is tough, but at least you get your combos. I feel like that's like the thing with Pac-Man. I feel like he would get out of a lot of the combos because like air spam, but Rob, I feel like he's kind of stuck in there. His air dodge isn't great. He doesn't have super quick aerials besides like forward air, but if you're forward airing out of combos, the Falcon's doing something wrong. So Sean has a decent chance to make a run as well. And then ApolloKage. This is who I was upset at being seeded ninth, because ApolloKage has been farming lately, but I don't know who I would put him above. Looking at it now, it's like, yeah, he should be ninth. Maybe Cosmos, but also Cosmos just got second at Laodicea. So I think Cosmos being a top 8 seed is definitely fine, even though he didn't even have that sub-Harvard performance at Ludwig tournament. Like, he beat Zach Ray there. He just, like, lost to groups because he had to fight Leo, unfortunately. So ApolloKage there is fine. ApolloKage could beat Mutace. He's actually, I feel like, a decent shot. Snake Peach seems rough. Because I don't know how Peach, I guess they're both pretty same speeds at least, but I don't know. Peach is just so slow. It's so hard. Mutace also does seem like the player though. He did lose to Mutace, but again, 2 years ago, so maybe a little bit more in contention. But at the same time, it's like I feel like Mutace would actually be pretty decent items. So that's gonna be an interesting set for sure. But let's look at the winners bracket. For top 8 qualifier, Mutace Aquila. Now Mutace is incredible at the Steve matchup, but he couldn't beat Onan the 2 times he couldn't close it out, and then Onan kind of bopped him the last time they played. So it's gonna be interesting for sure. And Aquila has to play Ned. Oh, Ned could definitely beat Aquila. That is the one player that is just like matchup checks Aquila pretty hard. Sephiroth should kind of body Steve. Like Ned does pretty good against Onan consistently. And granted, they're very different Steve players, and Aquila is a bit better. But I would give Ned honestly a fighting shot, because he has also been very impressive lately as well. He's been doing like some of the best he's ever done in Smash, and he was always like a PGR player. I don't know if he was PGR Season 1. I definitely know he was Season 2, but I don't know if he was Season 1. But it was like with PT. So I don't know if he uses PT or Sephiroth, honestly, because both are phenomenal against, sorry for the ad again, both are really good against Steve. So we're going to have to see. But that's going to be a set to watch. Riddle's Aaron is also going to be, oh my god, what the bangers here. Riddle's Aaron is going to be crazy, if it even happens, because Peanut could upset Aaron, but also Aaron's been farming lately, so it's not like I don't think Aaron can win. It's more of I think Peanut can win, because he has, again, still like a broken record, been farming. Peanut has been doing incredibly lately. I think he did pretty decent Ludwig. I think he got 13th in the LCQ. It was 13th or 9th. We'll have to see. And then obviously he just got second at Riptide, which is always nice. He got 13th there, losing to Sky J Lima, beating Base Mage, Chase, Splash Daddy. So like he's been doing really well recently. And then Aaron obviously has been like doing insane. I don't know if we've actually seen him anything since his really good run. His win at PAX. Let's see. Or at least I haven't. Maybe he hasn't had like an insane run since PAX, or maybe just none at all. I don't know why we're speculating when Google or pgstats is going to tell us. By the way, no, he went to Big House where he got 17th. I think he upset there. Losing to Shattuck, Icy Mist, which are not bad losses at all. And just, by the way, pgstats is in the description of basically every video I do. Please check out that website. It is just so cool. And then it would be Riddle's Tweak. Riddles should beat Tweak. But it'll be tough. And Tweak Dark Wizzy, that's also going to be a banger. Mainly just like not because like specific matchup stuff. Whenever they played it, like I think they played a Glitch Grand Finals. I think it was Glitch Missing No. They played it at, and that set was amazing. So hopefully we can see. It was like Mario Wolf, I think. It was either Wario Mario or Mario Wolf. So we're gonna have to see, because that set was insane, and I imagine it would be replicable again. Just the way like their two playstyles clash, because they're both like super patient, but once they get in, they blow you up. And when you have like two of those, it's like it gets crazy. Onan Syrup. Onan should win that. It's really hard to bet against Onan and Aquila, honestly, but at least Aquila's his thing is like, hey, he's got a bad matchup. Syrup, I don't know how. Well, Syrup actually probably would be pretty good at the matchup, because I think he has a decent amount of experience against D-Dog or Quandale, the best Steve in the world. So that's gonna be interesting for sure. Cosmos Anathema. I'm not even gonna bother with Cosmos. He is so hard to predict. He could beat anyone, lose to anyone. So we're just not even gonna touch that subject. And then Cola Jake or Cola. Ooh, Steve Ditto. Quandale's really good at the Steve Ditto. Even though he did lose to Aquila, the fact that he took a game after seeing what Aquila did to Onan, maybe Onan's just bad at the matchup, or like the Steve Ditto, but it feels like Acola or D-Dog has a pretty good chance against Jake. And then I do think Cola beats both of them. Cola is just like, he's really, really good at the matchup, even though, again, he did lose to Onan last weekend. He is still incredible at it. And then Zomba, ApolloKage. I think actually Zomba might have lost to ApolloKage the last time they played. Let's see if I can find. Oh my god, Aaron. Wait, oh, this is tournaments. Whoops. I was like, no way, Aaron and Zomba haven't played. They're 1-1. Yeah, they played CEO. Okay. Let's see here. Zomba, and then we're looking for ApolloKage, I think it was. Well, that's what we're looking for now. They have played, and it is in drumroll 5-0 Zomba's favor. Oh wow. So Zomba is going to win that then, unless something crazy happens. But Zomba should win that, and then Zomba Cola. They had a really close set at Ludwig. I don't know actually who will take that. That's honest. That's like the biggest coin toss out of all of these. Like this one is like Acola favorite, even though Mudes is really good at the matchup. Riddles Tweak is close, but I think Riddles has been doing really, really well recently. Plus, I feel like Kazuya is a really good character against Tweak. Just like blowing Tweak up in one hit and getting him to tilt is like kind of how you need to win against him. But also like he's kind of becoming anti-tilt now, which is like really scary. But we'll get to that later. And then Onan Cosmos, again, we're not even going to bother, but probably Onan out of this brat. Maybe Kirby Kid gets it, though. And then Cola Zomba, I honestly have no idea. And then moving on to top 8, and then we'll do some people that I think will overperform their seeds. Acola Riddles, a low-key, I'm going to give Riddles a fighting chance, because every single time he plays Acola, he gets closer. Last time they played Ludwig, it was super close. Game 5, last stock. I think Riddles could take it. Not that it's a freebie, but I think he could take it. And then Onan Cola, same thing. It's like very close set at Ludwig tournament. A little more one-sided for Onan than it was for Riddles, but it's like it's so tough. This top 8 is incredibly tough. And then also, by the way, this is assuming there is no DQs. There definitely could be DQs. Like I know Tweaking Cosmos, they DQ from stuff sometimes when they just like they don't want to go 2 tournaments in a row. Completely understandable. And then accounting for maybe DQs, I would say the people that are most likely to get in would be ApolloKage, Aaron, maybe Dark Wizzy, because he's been doing really well recently. But we'll act like there's no DQs. But it's not an impossibility. Anyway, back on track. Cola Onan, it's gonna be tough. I would probably, I want to say favor Onan or Cola again, just because he is so good at the matchup and he did have a very close set. So I'm betting against both the Steves, which is usually a bad idea, and by usually I mean always. But hey, it's Miami. That's known for gambling, probably. there's probably gambling in Miami. Mudes Tweak. I don't think I've ever seen Mudes and Tweak actually play. Let's see. Let us see. Quick search to Tweak. Why is my search bar broken? They really don't want us to find out. Tweak and Zomba have only played 3 times. That's kind of crazy, actually. And then Mute Ace. Because that would also be just like Tweak versus like kind of slow-paced, methodical. Okay, he is 10-0 on Mute Ace. So I'd probably give that to Tweak, honestly. No real reason, just kind of in my gut. And then Cola Tweak should be Cola. I think Cola kind of bodies Tweak, or at least that's what I remember. Let's see. Cola. No, they're 2-2. But Cola did win the last 2 times, and then this was in 2020 and the Quarantine Series. So they're actually 2-0. I think Cola's 2-0, because I think those are both online. Yeah, okay, so Cola probably wins that as well. Cosmos Zomba, again, not even going to try. Riddles Zomba is that's probably Riddles. They are 2-1 in sets, so it could be 2-2 now. So another coin flip, but I would favor it. He just looks so good against Zomba at Ludwig Invitational, and I don't think Riddles was playing exceptionally well at Ludwig Invitational. I think he could be playing he could have been playing a lot hotter. So I think he does have a pretty decent chance. Cola Riddles again. I probably actually no. I would have had Onan in losers. Onan and Acola. Oh God, I forgot. I had that, but I'm pretending it goes to seed. Honestly, again, I don't think Riddles was playing incredible at the Ludwig Invitational. But Cola clearly learned the Kazuya matchup. He's very good at that now. So maybe we see Terry, but I imagine Cola or Riddles sticks mainly Kazuya this tournament. It's just like, I think it's maybe not his best character, but the character he wins the most with. I still think his Terry is crazy, but he still should be using Kazuya, by the way. TLDR, he should not drop Kazuya for just Terry, because his Kazuya goes crazy. And they grant Onan Acola. Acola, if it's Onan and Acola in any point, Acola is going to win, unless Onan just got crazy good at the Steve matchup, and Onan Wait, Odin got crazy good, and Acola forgot the Steve matchup, which is like, hey, maybe he hit his head on the way out of the venue. I don't. Maybe he hit his head on like a bus. This is a bad hypothetical, but the point is, it's not likely, but it could happen. Now, let's move on to people that I think are going to overperform their seeds. Like I said already, who did I point out? I feel like I point out someone that I wanted to get back to. I think it was Sean. I think Sean has a decent chance to overperform his seed. Tweak or Mute's matchup is tough, but I think he has a really good chance in losers. He does seem pretty good against Steve. He should beat Chonky Kong or Soar, honestly. It's just like, it really does depend on how well is Yanni playing. And then if he gets past Yanni, he's already overperformed his seed. But then he can also definitely get past Anathema. And then he could beat Mutace as well. Like, I'm not saying it's impossible. And then Jackal is tough, but he could beat Jackal. Like, these are all players. Sean is, again, like, he's kind of like that Kurama type. He could beat anyone. He could lose to anyone. So we're just going to have to see. But I'm going to bet all green because, again, Miami is known for gambling. Everybody knows that. And then the other person is, right now in my head, it's between Aaron and between Waddy. Because, oh, Rivers is, what's Rivers run? Really quick. Oh, and Super Kells. Oh, God, what a good tournament. Actually, I might, Kells is seated kind of low. What's her run? Kells is to play against ApolloKage. That sucks. That's really tough. She definitely can beat him, though. Sonic Snake as well doesn't seem great for Snake. And then, or at least I wouldn't like it as a Snake. And then J Mafia. J Mafia is Young Link, right? J Mafia is Yoshi. Let's look at Supergirl Kells. Let's see how she's been doing lately before we make any final decisions. Oh, I spelt it wrong. If I just put in Supergirl, there's no way that comes up. Supergirl K. Genius. Oh! I could have just taken an L, but whatever. Let's see. How has she been doing recently? 100. Has been to a ton of majors. 17th at Shine is pretty good, actually. Losing to Jackal and Naito's not bad losses. 97th at SmashCon is actually pretty good at SmashCon. Did she get a... Oh, I thought it was a Noto win. Voltion win's good, though. And then lost to Omar and Grape. Beat ZD, though, which is actually pretty good. Gommel, she got 33rd. Battle BC, she got 17th. Beating Dark Wizzy and JW. That's... Damn, this is an incredible run. So, I think... I think she has a pretty good chance to overperform her seed. And I'm going to guess her. My two guesses to overperform their seeds are Supergirl, Kells, and Sean. Not because they were super underseeded, by the way. They are def players to seed. I think Kells is actually seeded pretty well. It's probably where I'd put her, but I think she has a chance against, what's it called? Both her matchups, like, seem doable because, like, I don't know. Sonic seems like he can beat anyone, so it just depends on how she's playing. And then Sonic Yoshi, I don't know how that would be, but Sonic Snake is, like, she's going to have to make her money with ApolloKage. At least that would be probably her best bet, which is really tough, but not impossible. And then Sean, we already talked about that in extension. And who do I have to win the tournament? Let's see. Obviously Riddles. We're not predicting top 2 seeds, by the way, because that's cringe. So we have Riddles for sure. Tweak, yes. Riddles, Tweak, and Aaron, I think. What's Aaron's path before I guess Aaron? Steve, he should beat. Dark Wizzy, he probably beats. Riddles, he probably loses. And, oh, God, this is such a tough tournament, man. I've never been so indecisive in my life. I'll predict Aaron. Yeah, screw it. I think Aaron, he's playing hot. I think he honestly had an odd performance at Big House. That's like one of his, like, an unusual tournament. So I think the people that are going to win, that are not the first seeds, are Tweak, Riddles, and Aaron. And I think Supergirl, Kells, and Sean will overperform their seeds. Let me know what you guys think about this video. If there's any players that I missed, I obviously missed out. I didn't talk about Jackal at all. I didn't talk about Wizzy. I didn't talk about Waddy. I even talked about Black Twins. We love Black Twins here. So let me know what you guys want to see. If I missed anyone, please let me know down below. I'll be sure to go over them over there being the comments. And thank you for all the support lately. It means the world to me. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.